there's no point in wasting any time. Let's just jump on in at the topic on the topic at hand. Unrivaled just wrapped up tonight, and dare I say, this was arguably the worst night of Unrivaled this season. We are 3 weeks in, 9 nights and or days of Unrivaled, and tonight was arguably the worst of all of them. And I'm going to tell you why. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont, where we talk facts over feelings, aka Rudy the Hammer. I'm back again, baby, and I appreciate all of my loyal supporters, Rudy's Ranters, or I was told Rudy's Rantees. I like ranters better. Y'all ranters with me. I rant, you rant with me, so you're the ranters. That's the way I see it. But if you want to call yourself the Rantees, it's all good. It's all good. For those of you new to the channel, hope you like the content. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, and also, of course, leave a comment. The comments are what make this channel go. I appreciate all of you. Let's talk about tonight. Tonight was a categorical, unadulterated, diabolical. Am I even using words that make sense here? What does diabolical even mean? I mean, diabolical characteristic of the devil is so evil as we suggest. Oh, okay. Is that really what it means? Disgracefully bad is the second definition. Disgracefully bad or unpleasant. That is what tonight was in Unrivaled, people. I mean, I hate to go there, and I'm trying to avoid it. And I've given my opinions and I've given my suggestions and how this can be improved, and they just don't want to listen. They can do it their way. This is Burger King, I guess. I'm sorry, this is not Burger King. So it's not have it your way, it's have it their way. So if how they want to do it is by having officials take over games and dictate who wins, then by all means, you're on the right track. But I can't imagine that is what they want. You had tonight the Phantom and the Mist, and you had the Lunar Owls and the Vinyl. And in large part, you got exactly what you expected. Two bad games. Bluntly, two bad games. The Phantom and the Mist, they both stink. And they both play like they both stink. And they have stunk pretty much for the duration of this season. Even in their wins, they weren't pretty victories. So right now, you're looking at the Phantom, who have on again, off again. Sabrina Ionescu, she's here this weekend. Don't know if she'll be here next weekend. Pretty sure she won't be here the weekend after. So as long as it fits her schedule, maybe she'll show up. But when she shows up, does she actually show up? And that's a problem. She's the same one that says that she cannot put all of her time and energy and because otherwise she'll be mentally and physically fatigued and burnt out for WNBA. So she's not going to play as hard as she possibly can play. She has said that today, 5 of 16, 12 points. Somehow she had 9 assists, but still, her job on this team is to score. 5 of 16. They lost 64-61. Brittany Griner had 20 off the bench on 8 of 13. Katie Lou Samuelson, useless, 0 of 6. Satu Sabali shows us again that she can't play defense, although she finishes 9 of 17 with 22 points, 7 boards. But of course, she also turns the ball over 3 times. The Phantom turned it over 5 times total, which is actually pretty damn good. And Satu was 3 of those 5. There was a play in this game in which, actually, I'm going to play it for you because I want you to hear it. So this is a clip from tonight's game. This is a clip that I recorded from my screen with my phone that I recorded because it was glaring what you first what you saw and then what you heard. And this is in relation to Satu Sabali and her lack of effort defensively and the fact that There are people that don't think too highly of the Phantom and the way they play defense. So I'll let you see what happens so you understand where it's coming from. Now, here we are. This is the play. You have a play here. This is the right video right here. So they're driving up the floor. You'll see that Satu gets this ball right here.
Teams combined 9-17 from the floor. 3.5 to go in this commercial-free first quarter on TNT.
All right, she misses the layup. I have to stop it because I don't want to have anyone pull this down. By the way, what do you think of the top, the Rudy's Rant combat corner? What do you think? How do you think it looks? Appreciate y'all. But watch Satu here. She's side by side with Brianna Stewart, right? Side by side. Where did she go? Where did she go? Where did Satu go? She want to come down and guard? Oh, shit. Where is she? Remember, she was side by side with Brianna Stewart. She is now, this is the free throw line. That's 15 feet from the rim. This is 22 feet. She is a good 3 to 5 feet behind. She might be 10 feet. Remember, this is a 72-foot court. Half court is 36 feet. She is a good 10 to 15 feet behind Brianna Stewart when they left the paint together. Indiana Fever fans, be very blessed that this did not end up on your team. Be blessed. She does not play defense. Okay? You got Sabrina right here. I think that's Natasha Cloud. I think that is. So again, this is Rakaya Jackson. This is Jewel Lloyd. Again, this is who Satu's guarding. And so what happens here is they come up, boom. She goes over here. Let's finish it off.
Jackson on the offensive glass.
That shit lazy defense from Satu Sabali allowed that basket. They lost the game 64-61. Did that matter? Yeah, it mattered. It mattered. People might say it doesn't matter. It mattered. Here's where it gets better. Okay? They call a timeout after this. Listen to Phil Handy and what he says to his players.
They can take advantage and exploit the inside. You see right here, Stewart can't get it to go, but Jackson with the spin and the finish.
Right here. He's going to be talking to his team. I want you to listen. Pay attention. Can I have to raise this maybe? I don't know if I can.
Hey, look, just one thing, right? Just one thing. You got people in front of you that cannot guard. Do not settle, right? Do not settle. Turn the corner. I don't mind the kick out threes, but again, keep putting your head down, keep attacking. Hey, let's go wide double. Jewel, you have.
Can't guard. He just called out the entire Phantom roster. Can't guard. Phil Handy just told you that they can't play defense. Phil Handy just told his team they can't play. Satu can't guard. Sabrina can't guard. Brittany Griner can't guard. Katie Lou can't guard. You got 4 defensive liabilities on one team. Natasha Cloud can guard. The rest of them, they cannot guard. And yet the Mist still only scored 64 points. The Mist only scored 64 points against a team that cannot guard. The Mist shot 38.3%. Aaliyah Edwards is 1 for 8, 2 points. Courtney Vandersloot, 1 for 4, 2 points. Dejanay Carrington came off the bench and she played today. She had 11. She had 3 threes. Brendan Glasheen called her 3 Janae Carrington. Let's pump the brakes here. Pump the brakes. Dejanay Carrington shoots like 25% from 3 in the WNBA. Okay, let's pump the brake. Take a breath. Take a breath with the hyperbolic statements that you are making in this game. But that's what we saw. At one point, this game was 37-18 Mist. And they blew the whole goddamn lead. That game was tied going into Elam Ending. at 53. Satu Sabali missed a layup, a bunny by herself to end the third. So instead of it being up 55-53, there it's tied 53-53. Could that have helped the Phantom? They lost by 3, remember? Remember? Remember the layup she just gave away because of her lazy ass defense? So, but that wasn't the biggest issue. A bigger issue in this game, beyond the fact that the Phantom shot 42.1%, 27.3 from 3. Sabrina was terrible from the field. Katie Lou was terrible from the field. The miss goes for 38.3%. They shot better from 3. Both teams took 7 free throws. Sabrina missed 1, which a 90% shooter from the line, and she's missed half her free throws in this thing. The ball, they took care of the ball, both teams for the most part. Only 12 total turnovers, but there's still a lot of fouling. 26 fouls between the two teams, but no one was in danger. Oh, sorry, Natasha Cloud had 5 fouls. My bad. So you do have another player that's fouling like mad. But they called a technical foul on Natasha Cloud during the Elam ending. She was guarding Rakea Jackson. Jackson's posting her up. She hits the turnaround jumper. They call a foul on Natasha Cloud. It was not a foul. She didn't even touch her. Like, her hands are here. The ball's shot up here. She didn't touch her. Horrible call. Horrible call. Sorry. Horrible call. She's upset. They pull her out of the game. On the bench, she gets called for a technical foul. And I think this was the possession after, actually, because Jackson hits the free throw, come back down the floor. Let me confirm that. Pretty sure that was what happened. Let me see. Because free throw, 58. Yeah, while she's on the bench. Yeah, she comes out the game. She's on the bench. She's really on the floor at this point. She gets called for a tech while sitting on the bench. So now, this is during the Elam ending. First team to get to 64. Rakea Jackson just makes it 58-55. And the referee gives a free throw to the missed. And you're looking at this, and once again, you are asking yourself, why do these referees keep interjecting themselves as being important? And I have a problem with it. I have a huge problem with it. There's enough problems with this game to begin with that you don't need referees who should swallow their flipping whistles in certain situations. And this is a situation. I'm not talking about fouls. I thought it was a bad call. They call it, but I thought that was a bad call. I'm sure there's other fouls they're letting go that are fouls that they're letting go. But this situation here, where she gets called for a tech sitting on the bench, is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't care if she told him to go fuck his mother. I don't care. Stop. This is not a regular fourth quarter, man. This is a point first to whatever points. Do not give them points for free. It's just stupid. And some people will disagree with me and say, well, if she did that, I don't know what she said. I don't know what she said. I don't even care. Like I said, I don't care. You want to call a tech in the second? Go ahead. You're calling a technical foul in the Elam ending where they first to 11 wins the game? Actually, really, in this case, it was first to 11, but typically it's the winning team that gets 11 first, and the other team means 20. It's ridiculous. So they get it down to 63-61. And again, they need 1 point to win. Missed have the ball. Sabrina misses a shot, rebound. They call timeout. And somehow, some way, Phantom head coach Adam Harrington doesn't get hit with 1, but 2 technical fouls and is ejected from the game. ejected. You kicked out the coach with 1 point needed by the Mist to win the game. You determined who won this game, Mr. or Mrs. Official, whichever stupid fuck called it. Look, the game was awful, but at least at the very least, it was going to be a competitive ending. The game itself was horrible, but you got an ending here. You're like, you only had a couple of these. This is the first time you've had both teams tied going into Elam Ending. And what you got there is a referee who's so goddamn sensitive and calls a technical foul on Harrington. I think he probably thought something happened on that play, and he was pissed because Cloud got a bogus call. I mean, there was some bogus things. And now Handy is telling his team in a timeout, like, I thought at first that Brianna Stewart got called for a technical foul. And I was sitting here like, the owner of the league is getting called for a technical foul. She needs to fire these officials. But instead, it was called on Harrington, and he's thrown out of the game. And the horrific, horrendous broadcasting crew does not find out what he did or what he said because they never told us, and they didn't tell us in the post game. We have no idea why this man got 2 techs in a 63-61 game, where the next bucket by the Mist wins or a 3 by his team wins. And he goes off the floor, and I'll say he cost his team a chance to win, but I don't know what he said. I don't care. The refereeing was awful. They're making the WNBA referees look good. I wonder if some of these people are in the WNBA refereeing games, because these referees are so god darn bad. And Brianna Stewart has 2 free throws, and all she needs to do is make 1. And she makes the first, and the game is over at 64-61. Like I said, horrible ending. This is how you turn off whatever viewership you've got left. People are not going to keep watching. They're just not. It just isn't going to happen. And then you get the second game. So that's the first game. 3 technical fouls in the Elam Ending literally determined the winner of this game. And they were all bullshit to me. Then you go into the next game, the last game. You have the Lunar Owls and the Vinyl. Tell you what, I remember the Vinyl was 2-0. I think they were 2-0. If I recall, they won their first. Yeah, they were 2-0. They have lost 4 straight now because the Lunar Owls drop kicked their ass like I expected them to. They didn't. I won't even sit here and say they played horribly. They didn't play horribly. They just fouled the Lunar Owls every time they shot the ball. Like their free throws, they shot 12 and Vinyl shot 10. Vinyl missed 4. That's 8 points you just lost. The Lunar Owls hit all 12 of theirs. I mean, they both shot over 50%. 50%. Vinyl shot 50%. Lunar Owls 53.4. 16 turnovers. Again, 32 fouls. Again, foul fest galore. They keep fouling. I'm going to keep harping on this. Ryan Howard had 5. Enrique Gumball had 4. Skylar Diggins with 4. Alicia Gray 4. Nafisa Collier 4. Shakira Austin 4. They foul like mad. Nafisa Collier, 36 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, absolutely dominant. Alicia Gray, 20, 8 of 17. Skylar Diggins-Smith hits the game-winning 3 to win the game, 85-68. She had 14, 6 assists, 2 steals. Courtney Williams had 10 points off the bench. And on the other side, Ryan Howard was 9 of 18 for 21. And Ray Burrell had 13. Derek Hamby had 14 and 10. And Enrique Gumball had 12. This was probably her best game. She was 6 of 12, but 0 for 4 from 3. So she still can't hit a jump shot. And it's really, really becoming a problem for the Vinyl. Aaliyah Boston, otherwise invisible. Like, I don't even know why she's playing this shit. Like, just collect your check, get your cardio, go home. Aaliyah Boston's is embarrassing herself right now. Like, I mean, it is what it is. She's not made for this. This is some of these bigs. They're not cut off for this. And I said it. I said the ones that Brittany Griner can survive because she's so big that they can't stop her. Like the only person that can stop Brittany Griner around the basket is her, but it also causes a problem defensively and just the slowness of the pace. It's a snail's pace for games involving Brittany Griner. But Aaliyah Boss doesn't have that skill. She doesn't have that skill set around the rim. I mean, just doesn't have that ability. This game was never close after halftime. It was and this one was affected again by some officiating, but also just stupid play. Arike Gumbawale, I think it was a 9-point game, and she just decides for some reason to foul Courtney Williams with less than a second to go while she's at half court, and just doesn't she just takes a foul. It made no sense. The game was a 49-38. She just takes a foul. And it was a foul. And then she's arguing it. It was a clear foul. And of course, the commentators have no idea what's going on because they have no clue. They're sitting there saying, that was a shooting foul. No, motherfucker, they were in the bonus. They were already in the bonus. You just gave them a bucket. They hit the free throw. Head coach for the other team loses his mind. Now we got another free throw, and an 11-point game is now a 14-point game. And that was it. Game was a wrap. Game was a wrap. I don't know that. I mean, once they had it to 19, I don't think it got closer than 16 or 15. Dunzo. It was over with. And again, I don't know that Devon played so poorly. I just think that they just fouled so damn much. And they keep on doing it. It's and Collier was on fire, 13 of 18. I mean, you weren't stopping her ass. She's the best player in this league. We already know it. We already know it. And she had 6 for 6 from the line. But we have got, but they are killing the ratings of this damn thing. The play is bad. The play is slow. And the referees are fucking these games up. I mean, I don't even want to criticize these women. I mean, because the referees are making it real hard. They're not making this any easier. They are individually as officials destroying games, people. To lose a game on a technical foul, to have 3 techs called in the Elam ending off shit after you blew a call. You blew the call. Cloud never fouled Rakea Jackson. And it's just gotten to the point where Phil Handy said it. The Phantom can't guard anybody. He called their asses out. Said they suck defensively. So why are you rushing? And yet all his team did in the third quarter was rush and blow the whole damn lead. That's all they did was blow the whole freaking thing. Nearly lost the game. Actually, the Phantom took a lead to start the Elam ending. They had never led in that game until that point, I don't believe. But these 2 games tonight were awful. They were horrible. They were unentertaining. And unfortunately, that's what you got on a Monday night. But I don't know what's next for Unrivaled. I think Unrivaled's in trouble. And I will talk about that in a subsequent video. But I wanted to hit on this recap just for the evening, because players that I expected to perform are still not performing. Ogunbowale still is not performing. She's still not performing. And it is killing this team. Sabrina has told you she doesn't care. And then she's had 1 good game, I think. The rest have been trash. The best player on the Phantom is Brittany Griner. People don't want to believe it. It's Brittany Griner. She's been the most impactful and effective player on their team. And they're bringing her off the bench now. She's absolutely been the most impactful player on the team. Satu is awful defensively. She's a liability on defense. Jewel Lloyd is who I expected her to be. I think Rakea Jackson has been better than I expected her to be. Vandersloot, useless. Aaliyah Edwards, otherwise useless. Carrington comes back to play. Nalissa, so now they have a 7-man roster with the Mist. Nalissa Smith was a DMP. I guess she didn't dress. I don't know if she dressed or not. But apparently, she's now part of a 7-man roster. So DJ Carrington and Nalissa Smith are teammates on the Mist, and they'll be teammates in Dallas too. So nonetheless, that's what I saw tonight. I think the Unrivaled League is in big trouble. These referees are killing them with stupid, unnecessary calls. They're going to keep forcing the viewership to drop, and it is gonna. I'm wondering now what the ratings will look like from Saturday and tonight. We shall see. But Fridays came out and they were not pretty. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of tonight? Did you watch? Did you not? Am I your source of information? If I am, please do comment. What do you think of technicals being called in these situations? It just isn't a way to end the game. And what kills me is they do these unrivaled post game things and no one will criticize it. Like, bro, you need to call that shit out. Kenneth Parker, Renee Montgomery, you need to call that shit out. You can sit here and say I don't like how it ends. That's the rules. No. You need to call that shit out. Like, you can't call technical fouls right there. That would be like a game, an NBA Finals game. Let's say again, I'm using the most exaggerated thing ever. NBA Finals. There's 2 seconds left. Shot goes up. It's 101 to 100. Let's say 100 to 100. Let's say 100 to 100. Forget 100 to 100. 100 to 100. Tie game. Shot goes up. Ball goes out of bounds. The team that had the ball retains. And they're in the timeout. And the referee calls a technical foul on the head coach of the other team. And the team goes on to win 101 to 100 to win the NBA championship. Or hell, the WNBA championship. And it was won because a referee called a technical foul on a coach who was upset about a call. Either the play that just happened or the couple plays earlier, where you call a technical foul on a player for that too. You tell me, as a fan of professional sports, of basketball, the NBA, of the WNBA, what would you say if you saw that happen? What would be of that official if that happened? Why is this different? This is not a matter of calling a foul. This is a matter of calling a technical foul. The thin-skinned level of these officials is out of this world. They are so thin-skinned, it's ridiculous. They should not have whistles. They should not officiate these games. If you're gonna do that to a game, that means you would do that in a game 7 of an NBA Finals or a game 5 of a WNBA Finals. I don't know if they're gonna do 7 this year or not, but that's what that's what it means. Is that you would do the same thing in the same situation and end the game. Imagine losing an NBA championship on a technical foul shot with 2 seconds left. Think about it. What would you say? What would you do? There might be people losing their minds. But because it's unrivaled, they don't care. But in a real situation, you're losing your shit. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you got to say. I appreciate y'all. Leave a comment, like the video, share the video, tell all your friends. And if you're new again, please do subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Check out the merch. Love all y'all. This is Rudy's Rant. We talk facts over feelings. Come on now.